Hi all, it's been a minute.
Get you first is here for you again to tell you all you need to know. Get you first, come for all. Queen Diva, get you first, come for all. Queen Diva, all you need to do is just to follow, get motivated and educated. Queen Diva, get you first is here for you. Against all odds, we are pushing higher, higher. We are moving higher, higher. We are crossing boundaries, boundaries. In Diva, oh, 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 oh,
Hi. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So today it's another great day, and we're back here. How is your weekend going? Hope you are having a good day at the moment. Okay, so today, as you can see from the title, we are analyzing the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, APM's emergency latest emergency briefing. I think I need to reword that. Emergency latest briefing, whatever. Anyway, so I'm sure you get the point. So he had a briefing a few days ago, and we are about to listen to him, not a few days ago, yesterday, actually, a few hours ago. So we are about to listen to him and hear him out, hear what he has to say, and then put our own input on it. Okay, so here we go. Where is him?
Honorable Sonny Abarao, I bring greeting to you and your entire team. Greeting, good afternoon from here, my fellow citizens. I salute you depending on your time. We remember our hero past, those before us, that have demonstrated the need for us to be free. They demonstrate that by laying the foundation of fighting for freedom. We appreciate their sacrifice. And we also appreciate our leader, Mazin Nambika, who is fighting for us as he promised, as he said, that he will be fighting from the forefront. The Nigerian terrorist state kidnapped him from Kenya against his will and against all international norm and standard. We appreciate him. We believe he will join us shortly and he will be free. He deserves to be free. Because fighting for his people is never a crime. We also remember our Prime Minister, His Excellency Moses Simon, who I have the opportunity to speak with this morning. He sent a warm greeting to Biafran people, and he said, Biafran people.
Okay, I'm just gonna have a quick one before we continue. I really honestly wish these people will stop this our leader, our supreme leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, this, that, and that. I honestly, there's no sincerity in it, obviously. You know, they just pull out these names like just to keep it going, sort of, you know, like I mentioned, I think in one of the videos I did a few days ago, that it's like an emotional thing because obviously this present Biafran struggle, one would mostly attach it with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So people know that if they do not mention Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that a lot of people will not be interested in buying what they are selling. So this, our supreme leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, this, that, I honestly wish they stop that, you know, but I don't see it stopping because they have to keep pulling his name. It's like name dropping, you know, like, oh, okay, drop his name so that a few people who wouldn't want to listen to you would also listen to you because you've mentioned the Nnamdi Kanu, and it's ridiculous, you know, absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, and I think he said something now that actually triggered me. I forgot what that is. Let's get him back.
Deserve to be free. Because fighting for his people is never a crime. We also remember our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, who I have the opportunity to speak with this morning. He said,
Yeah. I think what triggered me was when he said that he spoke with Mazi Simon Ekpa this morning. I mean, okay, you spoke with him. Okay, so you are his sort of his surrogate, sort of his, if you're his assist, if you're acting on his behalf. So one would expect that you should be in contact with him if he actually speaks with people from where he is incarcerated. Then you should be one of the people he would be speaking to. So dropping it that, oh, who I spoke with this morning, of what benefit is that to anyone anyway? Okay, I don't know what I've done. What did I do? Stop. Studio. That's it. Oh no. Okay, guys. I don't know what I done. Okay. That's ridiculous. I lost what I was sharing, but we'll get back to it. Where are you? I pressed the wrong key actually, but we are back here now. Share. Go back to the studio, add to stage, and I think that's us back on track. Okay, so he was saying that he spoke with Mazi Simon Ekpa this morning. Obviously, that's another name dropping, you know, who I spoke with this morning. Of what need is that to anyone? Why do we even need to hear that? Okay, you spoke with him. Okay, so what else? You know, ridiculous. Where is he?
send a warm greeting to Biafran people. And he said Biafran people should be strong and do what is right. And for we Biafran people, we know what it is to do what is right. What are we talking about? If you are a Biafran and you are not fighting for your freedom, you are not doing what is right. If you're a Biafran and you're fighting against our freedom, you are not doing what is right. If you're a Biafran and sabotaging this great movement that will lead us to our freedom, you are not doing what is right. I must also use this opportunity to appreciate all the members of the Brigade Cabinet, reps and admin, and also the de facto government in Homeland, all the executives, the administrators as well, We still remember our BDF that is protecting the land of Biafra under the command of the de facto government. We appreciate everything that they are doing. We have one common enemy. The enemy we have is this enemy that have come to destroy our life. The enemy that have come to overrun our land, to Islamize us, to kill us, to wipe us out of the surface of the earth. They are our enemy. And everyone that have come to sabotage the Biafran people, whether within or outside, is Biafran enemy. I also want to use the opportunity to appreciate all the media team that have been on Twitter space protesting for their voice to be heard, because the government of Biafra is government of the people, by the people. And the people have spoken. They are solely behind the acting prime minister, who they welcome to the office, and of which, when I sworn in, I pledged that I will do everything humanly possible to serve with truth and justice, not to betray this struggle. Just like those before me, our leader, Ojukwu and Philip Effiong, did not betray us. That is why we remember them till today. Our leader, Mazin Namdekam, did not. And our Prime Minister, Mazin Simon, did not. And this time will not be the time we will betray our people. No retreat, no surrender. I have vowed to do everything that I know that will propel this freedom to our destiny. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to do the bidding of the Biafran people. They have elected me and trusted me.
Okay, Ogenkere is telling us that that he pledged to do everything he can to help propel the Biafran struggle. But then I'm just sitting here and thinking and asking myself, what exactly has he actually done, like, to propel the struggle? Because I haven't seen anything visible, like one can hold on to say, yeah, this is one of the achievements of Ogenkere. Yeah, this is what he has done. These things shouldn't be hidden. One's efforts should be seen. Like one can say, you've done this, you've done that, and when you put all that together, you'll be able to say, oh yes, actually, this person has a direction that they are going, because you can see practically with the things that they have done, and you can see the direction that those things are going. But in this case, I honestly can't hold my hand on anything or pinpoint anything to say this is what Ogenkere has done or this is what he's doing. So it would be so good if the acting prime minister of Biafra Republic government in exile can maybe take time to explain to people in the media, content creators like us, to say these people of interest and even Biafrans themselves, that this from January that you appointed me or voted in whatever way, that these are the things I've achieved, these are the things I've done to propel the struggle, just like he said that his mission is to be able to propel the struggle. Honestly, I don't see anything like that indicates that you guys are moving on or moving forward since the declaration you had in December. There is nothing to show any form of improvement or any form of step forward at all in, from any angle that you want to assess from. But then let's keep listening to him. Who knows? He may have said it somewhere.
Thank you all. I appreciate your trust. Thank you. I also want Biafra to remain strong and resilient in this time of temptation and sabotage. In our struggle, we remember a while ago, the Nigerian terrorist state have vowed to stop our freedom. How do you think they will do that? They will come in different ways. They will put spies, saboteurs among us, and they will do everything that they can to stop means of funding our freedom. And remember, without the fund, we cannot pay our lobbyists, our lawyers that are fighting for our recognition through a diplomatic means. So the Nigerian government, they will be happy to see whatever that we.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's about funding, because he hasn't even started talking. He just did all his thank yous that took him like so many minutes to do, and now he's back on funding. That Nigerian government and people are doing anything to stop their funding, and is that what it is? I do understand that, you need money to be able to do these things, but is that just how you're going to start your presidential speech? Funding, are you going to tax your people to death? Like every time it's about the money. I'm just waiting for the day this guy will come out to be like, okay, these are what we've achieved with the money that you've been contributing, or with the donations that you guys have been making. This is what we have been able to do with them. It doesn't feel like there's any accountability anywhere, but every time everything is directed towards people giving, and just to keep giving and never stop giving.
Discourage you from funding your freedom. Please don't be discouraged. Be strong. We might agree, we might disagree to agree. But at the same time, whatever disagreement that will bring collapse to breaking government, we will never tolerate that. Please be strong in this time. And this is the time we need you most. This is the time you need to fund your freedom more than before. Remember, if the source of our funding collapse is over, and that have been the prayer of the terrorist country called Nigeria. They always want that to happen. The Biafran people have spoken that they will not let that happen. All over social media for the few past days, even
okay, what's going on?
Have spoken funding their friends this together. Tomorrow is Saturday. We know what we normally do. Please come in mass. We will not give up.
You see, like I was saying earlier, these are the issues. For example, you have this massive problem going on within your government, and all you come out, you want to give a speech, and your people would be expecting to hear like, okay, how are you trying to prefer resolution to these problems? What measures are being put in place to make sure that whatever issues that we have or you guys have, would be solved? What are the long run measures to make sure that you don't have a repeat of all those problems, things like that, policy, stuff like that. But now your president comes out and what is he talking about? Funding. Or you have to keep on funding your struggle. You have to keep on funding. You cannot stop funding. And it says now that tomorrow is Saturday, obviously, which is today because this was made last night, I guess, yesterday. Tomorrow is Saturday, and you need to, what we normally do, and you need to keep funding. So it's all about the funds. It's all about the money. I honestly do not see the passion for Biafra anymore with all these things going on everywhere, both the USB, Biafra Republic government in exile, and all that. The passion has died off. It's about the money. Who can accumulate more? Who can donate more? Who can get more money of people? And they're quite lucky. They have people who buy what they sell, who keep donating to them. And it just beats me the conviction that these people have that make them keep putting in money. They just keep donating, and every time they're asked, they do, because it's I find it really weird that with what is going on in the past couple of days, one would expect, like a powerful speech. He comes out, he talks and try to bring the family together and try to give explanation to what is going on and to, quench the fear of people. But no, it's about you cannot stop funding. So that is just what it is at the end of the day. Everything goes back to it.
Our enemy, the room to mock at us or to laugh at us. All they want is how to discourage you. So you will stop funding your freedom.
Okay,
Tomorrow,
what I will
nothing
do?
will stop us from what we'll be doing. But funding.
After this broadcast, I will watch this video again and I will write down the number of times that Ogenkere mentioned funding in this speech. Like, it's quite ridiculous. Like, he could have just come out and say funding, blah, 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 funding, blah, 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 funding, blah, 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 funding, and then thank you very much, and end the speech.
Our recognition and our diplomatic move. On Sunday, we also have our town hall meeting. Nothing will stop that. And as for now, fellow Biafrans, as for now, nobody should use the website yet. For now, until I say so. Nobody should use the website yet for making donations. Until I say so. We are still waiting for the website manager to obey the instruction of the government.
Okay, look at his semantics. Look at the words his grammar, his choice of words. Nobody should use the website yet until I say so. Yeah? And we are still waiting for the website manager to obey. Until I say so. It's not about you, dude. You have a government, you have people in your cabinet who you're working together with. So if there's an issue, you're supposed to resolve it with them. But the way you present yourself looks like, like you, it's about you. It's you, what you want, how you want it done, and that is it. No one else can have an input. Because this is not the language I would be expecting from someone who is in a democratic government and who has people in the cabinet who are supposed to make decisions with him. But no. Oh, nobody should use the website yet until I say so. And then he's waiting for the website manager to obey his instructions, obey your instructions. I mean, this is not how you're going to resolve any problem. Okay, what happens if that website manager decides not to obey your instruction? What are you going to do? What will you do? Nothing. Because if you have the power to do anything, they wouldn't have hijacked that website and changed, the bank details and all that. If they know that you have the capacity to do anything, they wouldn't do that. But they know you don't have the capacity to do anything to them. That is why they did it. So why are you now coming and dishing out orders and like, oh, you see you're commanding and help, please. Spare me.
And we shall communicate to Biafrans when that is done. Nobody should use the website for now until I say so. So, fellow Biafrans, please disregard and stop adding PM names to any account flying on the media, because the target is to put him into more trouble. Our Prime Minister is called for so-called questioning. He's not with us for 7 months now, actually. Whatever we are doing here, he will not be held accountable. We should stop dragging his name into what we are doing. Please, fellow Biafrans, the media team, stop dragging the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa into accountability, account what or not. And for those that know the meaning of acting Prime Minister, while he's not here, I'm acting on his behalf. If you have any problem, come to the acting Prime Minister. If you want to drag my name into anything, drag my name. Don't drag the name of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Please, my fellow Biafrans, I'm going to allow the Minister of Information to put 2 sources that you can contribute to our diplomatic move and recognition. If you are in Europe, most people have paper. You can do that through paper.
Okay, so from what I'm understanding now is that he has a new PayPal account probably that people can donate to, and he's asking people to not use the account that was created a few days ago. Like we were told that they've created a new account that was changed on the website, and so that at least more people could have control over the account, unlike the situation that they had initially, where Mazi Ogenkere was the only person who was signatory to the account that was being used. I believe most people already know that story, so I don't need to tell more of it. But Ogenkere here is saying that people should not use that account, but rather he's saying that there's a PayPal, and he's telling people if you're in Europe, you can use PayPal. Obviously, if you're in America, you can probably use the PayPal, or maybe they have Zelle or something else that they would be using. Like, this is crazy, that's just my own position in all this is the madness that is coming out from all the quarters. When we had the chaos of USB and Brgie, I mean, at a point, people accepted it. It is what it is. There are 2 governments and people are supporting what they're supporting, and sort of everybody moved on, even though the fighting, the quarreling, the online backbiting and all that were there. But at a point, it felt like everybody had accepted the situation and just decided to move on from it and let each do whatever they feel is good. But this one now, that inside the Brigade government, that they are now fighting each other to this extent, that because it's apparent now that there are two governments, I mean, at least two governments within the Brigade government. There are two factions, there are two separate teams. Like these people are supporting Oginkere, they're behind him, and these other people, I don't know what they are supporting, but then they are not working with Oginkere. I'll put it that way. So that is my own position is, why create all this madness? Why can't these people comport themselves? I mean, people had problem with, you're talking about Biafra is an online country, you're this and that. Okay, but you guys, you were resilient, you were steadfast, you kept doing what you were doing. And when you get to a point when it's like people are beginning to take you seriously, to look deeper into what you're doing, you just bring chaos from nowhere and just scatter everything again, to the point of that it's even worse than the previous state of it. Because what is happening now within the Briggie team, if they do not sit down and find a resolution, they are going to fall apart. They will end up creating another parallel government within Briggie. Maybe Oginkere will take Briggie as it is now, and with Sonny Akbarawa and other people in his team, and say they are the main Briggie. They are speaking with Simon Ekpa, because he just came out this morning to tell us, oh, I spoke with Simon Ekpa this morning. Oh, well, okay. And then the other set, which involves Bam Bam Bam, I don't know who, and other people, would probably form their own government and get their own, I don't know what that one would be now, because we already have assistant prime minister and we have acting prime minister at the other end. So when they form their own government, I don't know what maybe they will, I don't know which position they had in their own government will take. Because how can two work together if they do not agree? If they have this type of infight within them, how I don't see how they would be able to work as a team to achieve whatever aim. That is why I still ask the question, Biafra ka ndị a na-achọ ka o nwezi ihe ọzọ? Because Biafra ka a na-achọ n'eziokwu, with the intention of Biafra, the way we all knew it a few years ago, there are certain things you wouldn't let get to the extent that they get. Not just as individuals, even as group, and only who they with yourself, the person will not mind, to what end? To what end? Okay, now he's saying, that he has instructed the website manager. He's waiting for the website manager to obey his command. Okay, what if the website manager refuses to obey that command of yours? What will happen? So I don't even see him. Oginkere is the one in position to, at least as the head of that organization, he's the one in position to start preferring ways of resolving whatever issues that they are having. At the end of the day, these people are human beings. They're not superhumans. Issues are bound to arise, whichever way. So no one would blame to say, oh, why are you having problems? Problems would come because you're dealing with human beings. But it's the way you handle it, the way you resolve it, that matters at the end of the day. So, why don't you sit down and find a way to move forward? And to start with, from what we heard, he agreed to that financial committee being formed, and Oginkere also agreed to a new account being created. From what we heard at this point now, anyway, but what is out there, he agreed for the new account to be created, for the financial committee to be created. Eben Sobuno's where the Biazadi is who would be signatories to the account. I think initially, I think it was last night, one of the programs they had, that he was invited to be a signatory to the account or to nominate someone that he trusts, but he refused. I heard that last night. But as of 2 days ago, this information wasn't outside. So what I felt before the new information was that they refused him to be a signatory to the new account. That's what I thought. But with the new information last night, he was invited to be a signatory or to nominate someone, and he refused. Well, I don't know. So why now why is it now a problem? If you were actually informed, or rather you were part of the decision to create a financial committee, which is a good thing anyway. You cannot run an organization where just one person is handling the finances of an organization. No, there should be at least three unrelated people, signatories to an organization's account. There should be at least three unrelated. So even Kahaneme, that is only 2 people, for me, it's not even adequate for such a big organization that is supposed to handle a lot of money, because they get a lot of contribution every week. So 2 people is not even enough, not to talk of just one person. So why, and then this, well, so this PayPal thing again, it's also going to be one person that the PayPal goes into their account, or into the money that comes from PayPal would go into that person's account. Oh, okay. But then if they were in good terms and things are going well, they can use their organization account to do the PayPal anyway. So what I was going to say there doesn't make sense. Let's hear him.
That goes straight direct to where it should go. And those in the United States of America, we also have Zelle.
Yeah,
until the instruction to the website minister that was given to him until he carried out. And I also want to remind every Biafran, over 20 years, our fellow citizens have betrayed us, sabotaged us. Just as I stated about 2 weeks ago, we will hold everyone accountable. This is not like before. The game have changed. If I betray, hold me accountable. If you betray, you will be held accountable. No one is exempted from this, even me. The Biafran government will hold any saboteur, anyone that have come to destroy this great movement, accountable. Yesterday, I'm opportune to be in Washington, D.C. for some event, and I also have some meeting as well. Why some are in the media trying to bring this government down?
Okay, so Ogenkere says that the government, that it's not like before, that things have changed, that the government will hold accountable any saboteur, anyone that betrays them. And in my mind, I'm wondering, are you threatening people? How are you going to hold them accountable? What is it that you're going to do if you say that things have changed? So which means it's not like the old government. This is my government. This is my way, and I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to hold people accountable. Are you threatening them? I'm just asking a question. I don't know. What is it that you're going to do to hold them accountable?
Trying to bring my name down. Trying to lie to the Biafran people about the issue of the website, that everything is the way it is. That is a fantastically lie. Yesterday, I'm opportune as well to hear from Lindsey Graham. He's a well-known senator of the United States of America, the leader of the free world. And he also made it clear that Israel have the right to defend themselves. If Senator Lindsey Graham talked about Israel defending themselves, what about Biafra? Don't we have the right to defend ourselves?
Okay, this is just like another name dropping, like I said, when he started dropping names earlier in his speech. Oh, yeah. Okay. You had the opportunity to be, where did he say he had the opportunity to be at? And he listened to somebody Brown who said that Israel has the right to defend themselves. Okay, so what does that have have to do with Biafra, for example. If Israel has the right to defend themselves because they have been attacked. Israel was being attacked by Iran or whatever is going on there. Honestly, I'm not interested. I'm more focused on what's going on around my own nation, than what's going on around Israel. And I'm not really interested in what's going on there. But be that as it may, somebody now said Israel has the right to defend himself. And let's hear what this guy is about saying, like what does that even have to do with the problem at hand? If not just name dropping to let you know that he met whoever or that he was at, oh yeah, he said he was at Washington, D.C.
And as people of faith, of which everyone knows Biafrans love their God. Biafrans are people of faith. Over 80% are Christians, 15 are Judaism practices, and also the traditionalists. Don't we have the right to defend ourselves? This great senator emphasized more about defending yourself, your right for worship, your right for who you are. We are Biafrans. We are not Nigerians. We are Christians and Judaism worshippers and also traditionalists. We are not Muslims. We are not jihadists. If they come to Islamize us, to kill us and destroy us and take over our land, you as a Biafran, you have the right to defend yourself. And another great senator,
and can I kindly ask, how are you actually defending yourself? Okay, let's assume I buy what you just said. You said about Biafrans having the right to defend themselves, according to him, which is saying against what the senator said about Israel. Okay, so how are you defending yourselves and against what? That is what should follow up on this statement of his, like, okay, they said we have a right to defend ourselves. This is how we are defending ourselves, and this is what we are defending ourselves against. But no, he goes on to try to drop another name. Let me hear who.
Scout. Scout is one of the senators that he came short. He could have been the majority. The majority in the Senate of United States is Republican. He could have been the leader, but he came short with just little votes. He's a great senator. And he also emphasized more about self-determination, people's right, and also your freedom for you to live. I have a question for Ritzkart and Senator Ritzkart and Senator Lindsey Graham. Don't they think that Biafran people also have the right to live? Don't they think that Biafran people also have the right to defend themselves? And Biafran people are people of great faith. And another great senator, former presidential candidate, just like Senator Lindsey Graham is a former presidential candidate as well.
Okay, I'm really worn out with all these senators name dropping, and I mean, at the end of the day, like what you said earlier, people have the right to self-determination. Nobody's going to dispute that. It's international treaties, international law. So if people decide we don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore for valid and cogent reasons, they have the right to say that. They have the right to self-determination as long as it's done within the within law, within international treaties and within stipulated international laws. Then yeah, fine. People have the right. So I'm not going to dispute that at all. So Biafrans have the right to self-determination. That is basic.
A great senator, Senator Ted Cruz, which I have opportunity to meet him as well, and I have have meeting at his office. The same thing keep echoing about the right for people of faith to live and for people of faith to exercise their faith and their freedom. We people of faith, Biafrans, have been killed, massacred in the country called Nigeria before we decide to exit from that shithole country. I'm using the opportunity to call these three great senators that demonstrate yesterday the need for people of faith to be free from bondage. The need, just like the need they believe.
Anyway, to be very honest and fair to him, I do understand the game he's playing here, what he's trying to do here, but then it doesn't tie. It doesn't tie, because I believe that nobody is stopping anyone from practicing their faith in Biafran territory or in Alibo or wherever. Nobody is stopping anyone from practicing their faith. So, but like I said, I understand the diplomacy here, or what he's trying to play at. I'll give it to him. So if it works out, fine, but then it just doesn't tally at all, because nobody is stopping. The problem we have in the southeast or in the area is the then eastern Nigeria, which I believe are the areas that are tagged Biafra now. The problems we have there is definitely not well, what is it called again? It's not tied to religious assault, sort of, people are being humiliated or targeted because they are Christians or traditional worshippers, or people are being stopped from going to churches or worshiping whatever God that they want to worship. That's not part of the problem that we have. We have Fulani headsmen coming to kill our people. That is, a huge problem that we have, which we should probably center on, bringing in this faith, religious thing into it. Well, I see what he's doing, but then have my skepticism about that.
That Israel have the right to exist and defend themselves. We Biafrans have the right to defend ourselves as well.
Okay, he's just going on repeating himself. I'm going to fast forward it.
Happy seeing the chaos among us, my fellow Biafrans. That will stop. Just like our Prime Minister said this morning, the world is watching. They are looking at our activities, but sometimes it's good that they see how Biafrans have resisted and let their voice heard for a few days. The reason why they should be free, and that.
Yeah, he said something very vital here. The world is watching, and all the activities are being scrutinized and are being recorded, from the world. So I really hope that Ogenkere and other people who are at the helms of affairs of this Biafra agitation at the moment, that they actually do understand this, that the world is watching. Look at the mess you guys have turned the Biafra agitation to. A few years ago, it was something of pride to be associated with the Biafran agitation. That you would not believe the number of people who were supporting in various ways to see that, that we get Biafra. But then all of a sudden, the whole thing turns to chaos, and it's even worse now. And people are watching the show of shame that is going on. So if Ogenkere actually understands that the world is watching and recording all the activities, would he not try to at least contain whatever problems that may have arisen within Brgie, to contain it so that it won't be outside the way it has become now, that it has also become a thing of shame for the world to see? Because all the chaos just makes the whole thing not make any sense and makes the whole thing a joke. Because you're saying how you went to see the senator, how you went there, talk to this senator and all that. Imagine that senator comes back after probably you have tried to sell yourself to him and your agitation to him. And then he's like, oh, okay, I'm going to do a bit more research so I can understand what is going on. And this person just goes on Google and type Biafra agitation or whatever, and it takes him to YouTube, and he goes and first 2, 3, 4 videos he sees are people flying insults at at one another from different quarters, because since January, actually, these people haven't done anything to propel the struggle. All they do is to come at each other's neck every day by day. If they don't do that on weekends, on Saturdays, they ask for funds. That is the only thing. Ask for funds, ask for donations, ask for fundraising, or talk against the other person. So this is all that person, that senator would see. How will this person take you serious? Like, how are they even going to take you seriously? So these are the issues. So I don't think that all you people, that you actually understand the implication of what you're doing or the consequences that might come with it or that are coming with it. Because if you do, you will behave better. Especially those at the helms of affairs. Forget about content creators. All these other people that call themselves media team, they are all content creators, all put together. So at the end of the day, they will do things that will attract attention to their channels, to their pages, to make them more money off the struggle. That is what they are all doing. But how you can see through this, I mean, when I say you, I don't mean only Ogenkere, I mean all the people at the helms of affairs, both in USB, Brgie, and wherever other place, DOS, IPOB, all of you put together. How you cannot see this beats me. So, everybody and bunde content creators that they, make noise and blow things out of proportion in order to draw attention and make money off it. At the helms of affairs, who are supposed to be true agitators and who are supposed to have a passion for these things, should you guys not behave better? Like this present escalation that we are on, that matter could have been handled differently. And it surprises me, Noko Gekera Noah Potara, in his broadcast to blow things up. Because he could have, and the Obodo's Yoku that you were informed, or rather you were part of creating the financial committee, and you agreed to a new account being opened. Okay, Obugodi at the end of the day, maybe I'm going to question or problems with who would be signatories to the account. It's something as a leader you should be able to have resolved within yourself. All you guys would have done is come out with an announcement that you now have a new account. These are the details, and people should comply as necessary. And nobody would know whatever that happened in-house before you got to this point. But no. You guys, you don't even have any care in the world. No hold back. Nothing stops you. Nothing withholds you. Nothing, just no, turbulent, no. As long as I get my way, I don't mind who I pull down. I don't mind what I destroy. I don't mind what I pull down. As long as things happen the way I don't mind what I put out there. I don't mind what I say out there. I don't mind who I step on their toes or on their head, but let it be the way I want it. That is just what all of you are doing. So I'm happy that Nogenkere said by himself that he spoke with the PM who told him that the world is watching and recording all activities. So do you guys actually know that the world is watching with all this nonsense from every corner? Do you realize that the world is actually watching? And you guys have made a joke of the struggle that people actually, fought for several years to bring it to the point where it was, because before you guys took over and destroyed everything. Mazen Namdekano now in a prison after over the years to build what he built. And you guys just destroyed it, all of a sudden. And you're here saying that the world is watching. Do you actually realize that yourself? Do you appreciate that the world is watching?
Biafran people have demonstrated that there will be a country of law and order, by reading their charter and by law that govern Biafra. I just want to greet all the media team again for your great job. I'm so proud of all of you that have shown love to your acting Prime Minister, who is acting on behalf of his boss, His Excellency Mazi Simon Ekpa. I'm doing everything I can as a human being to make sure I do the right thing for the Biafran people. Just as I have pledged on the oath that I have taken, not to betray, but to serve this great country, Biafra, with all my heart, while we are fighting to be recognized and the total liberation of our land, for us to regain our total sovereignty. Please, I applaud every Biafran. Let us all come together for one common goal, one common purpose, not about our position, not about who we are as a person, not about how or what we can do for ourselves, rather, what we can do for our dear country, our dear nation, Biafra. And we also want to ask ourselves, what do we need to achieve this freedom? We need to support and fund it. Without the fund, you can't pay a lobbyist. If we have enough fund, we can hire up to 100 lobbyists. They will be all over the world lobbying for our cause. And we can also hire great lawyers that will make sure we are safe and protected with guidance of according to the law. And for the de facto government in Homeland, we appreciate what you are doing by funding our defense. We applaud you all, and we ask you to keep funding. That's all you need to be free. Our enemy are watching at us, and we can never let them win. We can. Please desist from your evil way by sabotaging this great movement, because if you do, you will be held accountable, and every member of the cabinet and the reps, if we find that you are sabotaging us, you'll be suspended or probably expelled. We can no longer tolerate. They have taken us for a ride for over 20 years. Enough is enough. Thank you, fellow Biafrans. Please don't use the website to donate.
Okay, so I think that's him rounding off. So I'm going to also be rounding off because he just keeps repeating himself. But then you heard him, you know, at the end of the day, it's boiled down. He's ending with funding. You have to keep funding, you know, and he's also issuing out his words on people he term as saboteurs, whether you're in the government or not, and how you're going to pay for whatever it is that they have assessed as you being sabotaging their efforts and their work. He says enough is enough, that they've been taken for granted for over 20 years. So now it is his own time, and things have to be done differently. That is what Ogenkere is making us to understand. And then he's ending with asking you to keep funding. I'm waiting for the day Ogenkere will come out to say all the funds that you've been donating, contributions you've been making, this is what we have achieved with it. This is what we've done from January when you guys appointed me to take over or to act as your prime minister. This is what I've been able to achieve. This is what I've been able to do. This is how much you have contributed. And this is what we have done with that money. This is how much we have left, or if we don't have anything left. I mean, You just cannot keep telling people to keep funding, to keep contributing, to keep bringing money without any accountability, without saying, okay, the ones you have brought so far, this is what we've been able to do. This is the impact. It's called impact. This is the impact of what your money has done. This is how far your money have taken us. And when you do that, then you can now tell the person, we've done this with what you've given us, and if we have more, we'll be able to do more. And that person would be happy to say, oh, wow, okay, you've done this with the little I gave, I will give you more. That is how it's done. But in this case, you just keep funding and funding, or you get and you have consequences. It's quite ridiculous. I'm just going to end it here. The rest of the video will just begin repeating himself, and just not get into that point. So guys, thank you for joining me, and where is this thing? Okay, so guys, thank you for joining, and hope you again in my next one. Please, I know I have only one person watching, and I know you're still here. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I will appreciate that. Thank you, and have a great week ahead. Enjoy your weekend actually, and then I hope you have a great week ahead. Hi, bye. It's been amazing.
Get It First is here for you again, to tell you all you need to know. Get It First, come for all. Queen Diva, Get It First, come for all. Queen Diva, all you need to do is just to follow. Get motivated and educated. Queen Diva, Get It First is here for you. Against all odds, we are pushing higher, higher. We are moving higher, higher. We are crossing boundaries, boundaries. Queen Diva, oh, oh.